Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 26th of October, 2025. Marvelous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you, this time with another fragrance rotation video. So, let's have a look what this week's been like. This week has been rainy and it has been increasingly cold. I can tell you, today especially has been frighteningly cold. Woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I'm scared. What could that be? Turns out it was the cold. So, I've had to wear perfumes to accommodate this insane weather. Something should be done. And perfume is about the limit of my abilities in that respect as far as controlling the weather is concerned. So I shall show you how I attempted to mitigate the season's ills. And on Monday, it was raining a lot. So I wore Narciso Rodriguez for him. I think I've reviewed this. If I haven't, I should. But if I have, I won't, because I've already reviewed it. Although there are a couple of perfumes I would like to go back over, you know. I would definitely like to re-review, because I would just like to see if anything's changed. And it certainly in a couple of cases I know they have. Especially Promise. Why the hell? I can't believe I didn't used to hate that. But anyway, what I wore this for was its brilliance in the rain. And it is brilliant in the rain. It's a little bit salty. It's a little bit ozonic. It's a little bit fresh. It's very, very reminiscent of that wet concrete. Now, I used to think when I would wear this, I would think rain on concrete. And then I thought, no, actually, it's actually concrete before it's set. You know? Concrete before it's set. So that's what this is. It doesn't have the consistency of wet concrete, but it does have that kind of close your eyes, stand next to concrete setting and smell the grey. The colour is perfect, you know, and it also smells like that colour. Just maybe a little bit more ozonic, you know, a little bit more salty, a little bit more fresh. It's got violet in it, so it's got this kind of slight offsetting of the musks with this floral sweetness. And when I say, I need to be very careful using the word sweetness here, because it's not sweet. It's not a sweet perfume at all, but it is just kept from fully tipping over by this mild, natural purpleness. It's such a brilliant perfume, made by Francis Kirkjohn. If Francis Kirkjohn released this tomorrow in a Dior Privé bottle, I would be going fucking mad with glee. It would be brilliant, but that's just not happening because all he releases now are shitters. So that's upsetting. That is upsetting. But this is what he's capable of, you know? This type of thing. Au noir. We should remember him as he was, not as he is. You know? Modern perfume in general is just on its arse. But I'll tell you a perfume that's not on its arse. Is the perfume I wore on Tuesday. And that is Volutes. Volutes by Diptyque. Speaking of natural sweetness, this is a honey tobacco iris fragrance with a little bit of cinnamon, with a little bit of cinnamon. It is warm, it is sweet, it is clean, powdery, it's tobacco, it's warm, it's ambery. It's very inviting. It smells very good. It smells very pleasant in a good and pleasant way, not in a bad way. Sometimes things smell good and pleasant in a bad way. Not this time. This is half empty for a reason. I love this shit, you know? I wear this. I respect this shit, you know? It's a great perfume. It disappeared from the shelves for a while and I was quite upset. I was like, no, come back. I'd love to be able to smell the EDT, you know? Diptyque did EDTs and EDPs of most of the stuff they do. And I never got to smell the EDT of this. And I don't think you can even buy it on the website now. So what the fuck happened there? Okay. Wednesday, I wore vintage Santos. When was the last time I wore this? It's been a while. It has been quite some time. This is a 1981 special. The same year that Chorus and the same year that, oh God, what was it? Antes came out, and this and Jules came out the year before, I want to say. What a time for perfume. What a time for perfume. Imagine being around then. You're not being bombarded by shitters and clones like you are now. You're just being nicely fed a constant, slow but constant stream of amazing perfumes made with incredible ingredients by people who know what they're doing, by brands that make bottles that look like this, and you're just being spoiled. It's a lot of nutmeg for me. I get a lot of nutmeg, sandalwood, some galbanum, so it's a bit green. I don't know if it lists galbanum, but I get quite a bit of crossover between this and Jules. There are obvious differences as well. This is a little bit leathery, but this takes me back about 6 or 7 years, 8 years now. Oh God, it takes us back a long way in my vintage hunting, you know. And you can see how much I love it. This was brand new when I bought. Well, it was brand new. It was a brand new tester, but it was full when I got it. Got my first bottle from. Oh, what were they called? Oh God. Le Parfumier. Great stuff. That was a while ago now. Dear me, you're talking, what? 2018, 2017? God knows. Anyway, Thursday I wore something completely different, although it is a tobacco fragrance, so it kind of goes with Tuesdays. Thank God there's hardly any left in this bottle. How terrifying. This is Tobacco Oud. This will be the second of my 50 mils that I will have polished off. You can see how little is there. I love this stuff. I was talking to someone yesterday who shall remain nameless, Houdini, who was saying Tom Ford didn't bring out 100ml bottles until 2017. 2016 at the earliest. I was like, no. Turns out they came out in 2009. I didn't even think they came out that early. I thought it was like 2012. So, just funny how time flies. Dear me. Frightening. But this is one of the best tobacco, amber, patchouli fragrances that there is out there. It's quite similar to Oud Absolute, but a little bit thicker, a little bit wetter. Well, considerably wetter, you know. It's Oud Absolute. I should really compare them. It's like Oud Absolute is the scaffold, and then they kind of hung tobacco leaves dipped in patchouli and oud on the scaffold, and that's what it smells like. It's just an absolutely epic perfume. The performance is gargantuan. The smell is amazing. Never had anybody say, ooh, that smells a bit weird, you know? At which point I would not be held responsible for my actions. You know? Neither in law of man or God. Speaking of perfumes I've nearly ran out of, it's getting a bit fucking serious at the minute, isn't it? Christ, what's this? This is Friday, right? And this perfume, this will be like... So I've finished off a couple of bottles already. The tobacco oud's nearly gone. And now I've got this one, M7 Oud Absolute. I do apply a lot of this. For the longest time, I was convinced the performance on this was shocking. Maybe I was just wrong. The performance on this I find now is very good. This is the 2011 version. Once I've used this, I'm going to pull out one of my vintage bottles. I'm going to use that, and then I'll pull out the backup of this I've got, and then I've got another M7 vintage as well. So I do love this stuff. This is very much the type of fragrance that I think I'll always love, and that I might be known for by people who recognize my smell. It's a slightly sweet amber, patchouli, slightly fruity, dark myrrh fragrance. You know, like this is kind of like a combination of a lot of different things I like. The mandarin orange is amazing. Orange blossom, that kind of thing, which is strange because I don't like orange. I don't like orange to eat, and I don't like it in perfume by itself. But mandarin orange, beautiful. Orange blossom, I've come to love it. Absolutely sensational perfumes, smells. But patchouli, love patchouli. Thick, syrupy, rich, dense patchouli. Amber, lots and lots of amber, and dark as well. This has got myrrh, and it's got labdanum in it. Also oud, I don't mention oud. Oud's more of a feeling in here than it is a note, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's more of like that dark, it's like an amber with a darkness. Some ambers aren't dark. Some of them aren't light, and then some of them, imagine like you've got the midway line between light and dark, you know, the halfway mark. Some ambers sit above the halfway mark, and some ambers sit below the halfway mark. And then you've got ones that sink further down. You've got some that go further up. I like the ones that are just below the midway line, and then maybe get a bit darker. You know, not too fond of a light amber. I should do a video on that. There's this it's quite a strange idea that, like the kind of tone you get. It can't go too dark, though. Not like a black sort of thing. Too much labdanum and stuff like that where it tends to rubber and tar. Can't be dealing with that. But this is beautiful. I love this stuff. And this version's fantastic as well. Not sure about the latest one because I don't have faith that designers, any of them, wouldn't just stick amber woods in stuff now to make them smell for longer, even if the smell's terrible. Because that's what people want. That is the first... When you talk to people who are fresh into perfume, or you talk to young people, or you talk to most people, frankly, in perfume, the first thing they talk about is performance. They don't talk about the smell now. They talk about the performance. There is another way. You can get performance from perfumes. It's just... You don't need to stick amber woods in. It's just most do. I'm very much against amber wood because it smells fucking awful. Anyway, next up on Saturday, this is another bottle I've nearly finished. God, terrifying. This is Belle Ame. This is by Eugene. He is my friend, and he sent me this for free. So I would not accept any free bottles from anyone else. As such, I won't offer a personal opinion on it. I've said this many times. What I will do is tell you the notes. There is ginger. They're not orange. Well, there are gingers out there, but this is ginger, iris orris root, Trinidad cacao, cardamom, frankincense, sandalwood, tonka bean. I can tell you the performance on me is massive. That's like an objective fact, actually, if you want the truth. Actually, all of his are. All Eugene's perfumes, they don't have amber woods either. That's another objective fact. Anyway, today I am wearing another ambery perfume, a perfume which kind of typifies that kind of amber thing that I'm into. And this is Au Cours du Désert by Andrew Tower. No, it's not Andrew Tower, it's Andreas Tower. Sorry, Andreas. This is a sequel to Le du Désert Marocain. I love this stuff. I get a lot of ambergris from this today. It's been very salty. It's been a salty old amber today. Very balsamic, very rich, a little bit spicy. It's got that Le du Désert Marocain Towerade, as we used to call it. You know, beautiful perfume. But maybe I'll review this and compare it to some of the newer ones he's released, or even the original. But that is for another video. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I will see you again soon.